Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing my 25 random things about me, and I'm just going to start right in because I think I went over 25. Alright, ready? 25 random facts about me, and these are random. So, my parents didn't give me a middle name. My most hated household chores are unloading the dishwasher. I hate it. Hate it. I don't mind putting the stuff in, but after it's done cleaning, I hate putting the stuff away. I'm not a breakfast person. All I have is 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and that's it for me. I'm half Swedish, half Swedish, 1/4 Irish, and 1/4 English. And my Swedish side, my grandparents from my Swedish side both come right from Sweden over to this country. Number 5, I'm petrified of spiders and snakes. I won't even sleep in a room. If there's a spider on the wall, I'll make my husband get up and kill it, or I will sleep in another room. Hate them. And snakes, I have nightmares about snakes. I can't go into a store without buying makeup. I mean, it's, do they have like Makeup's Anonymous or something like that? I just, there's got to be something out there because it's addiction. It really is. It's awful. Let's see. I used to be very shy in high school, extremely shy. In junior high, I'm sorry. Extremely shy. I would hyperventilate just walking across the cafeteria to bring my tray back after I finished lunch, and just kind of keep my head down and just hope that nobody's looking at me as I'm walking, and I'm like, I was really bad. Number 8, I have asthma. Number 9, I love curry. Anything with curry in it, I'll eat it. I don't, but I would put take a cup of hot water and stir in some curry and drink it. I love it. I love the taste of it. I love the smell of it. Sometimes I OD on curry. I sneak it into, when I'm cooking, and my husband doesn't like it. And there's no getting away from the smell of curry. It permeates throughout the whole house, so there is no getting away from it. And he always knows. The one thing I can sneak it into is if I'm making rice pilaf from scratch, and if I just put like a little pinch in with some other spices, he doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't know. I think he really likes it, but he just doesn't want to admit it. Okay, number 10, I have 2 daughters, ages 27 and 30. And my 27-year-old lives in New York City. My 30-year-old lives in Massachusetts. Let's see. In my life, I've worked as a pharmacy technician. I've worked in the nursing field. I've worked as a bookkeeper, as a substitute teacher. I've worked in an organ transplant unit at a large hospital in Oklahoma City. I've worked as an OR assistant in one of the top veterinary eye doctors in the United States, and did the prepping for surgery, sedation, and monitoring while they were, during surgery. And this veterinarian was one of the top 2 cataract eye doctors for dogs in the country. And he, enough said about him, I won't say anything. I'll be nice. Number 12, I love animals. And number 13, I'm very perceptive to people's feelings, and I can tell if there's something bothering somebody. I just get this sense, and I just feel it in my gut. I think it's because I'm the type of person, I absorb other people's feelings. I'm like a sponge, and if you're sad and you're sitting next to me, I can just feel that energy, and I take it on as my own. And it's not a good thing sometimes because I'm really protective of my friends and family and my loved ones, and so when they're having a problem or going through something, I can't sleep. I can't shake it off. And people tend to confide in me a lot about really personal things, and I'm very trustworthy, and I would never divulge any confidence that anyone told me, you know, not to. And let's see, number 14. Okay, this is a funny one. Well, it's not funny, but you're going to probably laugh, but I mean, to me it was a very special thing. All right, one night when I was 27 years old, I had a dream about my grandmother that had passed away a year before that. And in the dream, I remember telling her, you know, Nana, I'm 27 years old, and my husband and I, you know, we had been married since, you know, we were 18. And so at 27, I was ready to have a baby. We were both ready to start a family. And actually at like 25 we were. So at 27, I had this dream, and in the dream, my grandmother was, you know, talking to me about it. And she said, I would love to be there to see this and not to worry. And all of a sudden, my shoulder, I felt a tap on my shoulder. Now my husband was laying on this side of the bed. I had my back facing this way, and I felt a tap on my, like a real tap. And I woke out of a sound sleep, and I was startled, and I looked over at him, and he was sound asleep, snoring. And all of a sudden, I just had this peaceful, comforting feeling just wash over me. And it was like my grandmother's way of telling me, you know, everything's going to be all right, and you're going to get pregnant, you're going to have a baby, and don't worry. You know, I just felt like this peace that just came right over me, and it was very comforting. And a month later, I went to the doctors, and I found out that I was pregnant, and it was the best news of my life, because I wanted kids so bad. I mean, there wasn't a day that went by that I just didn't feel those, you know, pangs of motherhood. And you know, all of my friends had you know, started families, and I was like the late one. So I think that was my grandmother's way of just telling me, you know, everything's going to be okay, and you'll get pregnant. Okay, and okay, number 15, I've been to Hawaii, to the island of Maui, and it's beautiful. 16, I've been watching General Hospital since I was in high school, back in the Luke and Laura days, and I don't know if any of you out there watch that. I'm sure a lot of you do, but all right, number 17. I love to read. I love getting swept away in a good book, and just, it's like a vacation for the mind. It just takes me away, and I could just sit there and read the book and read it till the next morning until I'm done. I love it. I love to read. And my favorite authors are Anne Rivers Siddons, Barbara Delinsky, Debbie Maycomber, Luann Rice, Dorothea Benton Frank, and my favorite comedic writer is Jen Lancaster. You've probably heard of one of her books, Bitter is the New Black. She's hilarious. If you haven't read her, check her out. She will have you laughing, because throughout the book she's thinking what everybody else wishes they could say, and it's hilarious. I love that book. Number 18, I am a DES daughter. And you're probably wondering, what the heck is a DES daughter? All right, back in the 50s, when women got pregnant, and if they were at high risk of miscarriage, they would give them this drug called diethylstilbestrol. And it was later proved, years down the road, that daughters of the mothers that took this while they were in utero to prevent miscarriage were at a higher risk for cancer, cervical cancer,